All right, everyone, we're moving into our last activity of the day. We just talked about the Compass tutorial, and now we're going to move into resumes. So now, as we learn in the Deloitte Auditorium today, Module 1 is all about you and how you want to grow and develop yourself as a professional. And it's also about how you want to perceive yourself as a professional. And resumes are a big part of that. It's generally the first impression you're going to have. But imagine you walked up to a recruiter at the career fair and instead gave them a picture. No words on it. How would you want to perceive yourself through that picture? Well, actually, we're going to do an activity today where you can answer that question. Now, does everyone have a note card on their desk?
I need one.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that, Mick. Thank you for letting me know. Here you go. Everyone else good? Great. All right, now you're going to spend 1 minute drawing a picture, no words on it, showing how you would want to perceive yourself to a recruiter. It could be a characteristic about yourself that you like or an activity you've been in. And I want you to do this silently and individually. I have this on the clock. We're all ready? Go. Is everyone good? Now can I have a volunteer raise their hand and say what they decided to draw and why they did it? Yes, Carol.
I drew a picture of myself playing video games.
All right, and why did you decide to draw yourself playing video games?
I really like doing that. I guess it's my passion.
Fantastic. Passion is something that recruiters always want to see. They hope in the passion that you have with things that you enjoy then translates in the workplace. Carol, may I ask you, how else do you think that could maybe be perceived to a recruiter?
Well, it's possible that I could be a loner, or perhaps maybe shows that all I do is play video games.
All right, that's a good point. Being in the College of Business, you likely have already had many teamwork experiences, and maybe doing video games by yourself shows that maybe you don't have those skills. That's just one example of how a picture could be perceived in many different ways. But luckily, in a resume, you get to use words, and you get to show many examples about why you're the best person for the job. Now, in order to show why you're the best person for the job, you have to have different aspects on your resume. Does anyone want to name just one thing that they know is absolutely necessary on your resume? Yes.
Your complete legal name.
All right. Exactly. Your name shows all of the rest of the information on there, who it belongs to, your ownership with it. So you want it to be big and bold, so that's showing you're proud of all of those accomplishments. What else? Yes.
Your work experience.
Fantastic. Showing that you've had experience in a certain field or just experience in general is a great indication to a recruiter that you're ready to work and maybe they don't need to train you as much. Any other examples?
Leadership
Yes.
experience would be important.
Okay. In the business field, being a leader in any way possible is always great to show that you've had experience in. Again, maybe perhaps for less training in the future. Are there any other examples that you know are vital on a resume that you can think of? That's okay. Contact information, besides just your name. They can't email you for maybe that second impression if they don't have more than just your name for that first impression. Another great example to build onto work and leadership experience would be the quantities of that experience. Saying, for example, if you worked in the restaurant business, for example. You maybe had a cash register in which you handled $2,000 every single day. Showing that kind of responsibility in a specific amount is great for a recruiter to see. So, in conclusion for everyone, before we get into the final homework assignments for the day, is that a resume is an example of that first snapshot, or that first impression that a recruiter is going to be able to see for you. And you're hoping that through having the vital components like your name, your work experience, your leadership experience, and your contact information, you can create that first impression into a second one.